Hello to everyone, and I am Dr. Siddheshwar Chopra from Uttar Pradesh, India. And it is my privilege to be here and explaining to you all about the MiraMate Magic Pro. And let me tell you, it's my one of the favorite healing modalities. Okay. The reason why it is my favorite is it is literally a no-brainer. So you don't have to understand too many technicalities or anything like that, if you want to go ahead with purchasing this. It is a wonderful modality. And let me briefly tell about myself. So I have done my PhD in experimental physics from one of the premier institutes of India. Prior to that, I have done my post-graduation and undergraduation from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Andhra Pradesh and Bangalore campuses, India. After my PhD, I have more than 10 years of experience teaching students at university level. During my teaching tenure, I also published several research articles in the field of computational nanoscience in reputed international journals. But it's called calling in life. So my calling was towards healing, toward the energy healing. So I started exploring modalities. I came across Spooky2 maybe nearly 8 years back now. So since then, I've been associated with them, and I am proudly India's first Spooky2 certified Rife trainer. And I've learned a lot from this group, such a wonderful bunch of people, and lovely Facebook support, lovely forum support. So much to learn from these technologies. And apart from Spooky2, I'm also NLS practitioner and trainer. I've done Reiki, Theta healing, access consciousness, now healing. I've also done Pyra Vastu, which we use to relieve the geopathic stress. I do have master diploma in alternative medicine, and currently I'm also working with sound wave based therapy. So I'm a sound based frequency healing researcher. Okay, so I have developed several sound waves for the same. And one of the sound waves I'll be discussing during my PPT, it is called the energy booster wave. So about the contents of the presentation today, we'll be starting with what is the current research status of PEMF. By current research status, I mean one day before, okay? One day before today. Then electricity in the body, introduction to the PEMF. What is PEMF exactly? It is pulsed electromagnetic therapy. Okay? Pulse electromagnetic field, whatever you want to call it. Then introduction to MiraMate Magic Pro, which is a PEMF device. Benefits of using Magic Pro, features of Magic Pro, comparison with other PEMF mats, parameters of Magic Pro, and then we'll be getting into the operation details of Magic Pro, demonstration videos, and then explanation about the 4 healing tracks which MiraMate is providing you, and how do we run these. And lastly, we'll be finishing with Q&As. Okay, so stay with me. Okay, so about the research status of PEMF. See, PEMF is such a beautiful field, and I always admire PEMF. The reason why this is so popular is that it has been scientifically studied by, huge number of people, huge number of research groups. And if you see, I've gone to the National Library of Medicine, the PubMed database. So I'm just specifically mentioning here that when you search for the pulse electromagnetic field keyword PEMF, you get to see publications till yesterday. It is approximately 438 results shown here. Okay. And then when you search specifically for therapy, not just pulse electromagnetic field, okay, we'll be understanding what is a pulse electromagnetic field. Then if you specifically delve into the therapy, that PEMF therapy, then you find 1509. Okay, nearly 1500 publications have been there till yesterday. And mind you, it is still, almost crossed the mid of 50% of 2024. That is why you see the last peak is, not long enough, not tall enough. So it is still increasing. So there is a lot of scientific push towards PEMF devices. And on the Google Scholar, if you give PEMF therapy keyword, you see more than 1 lakh results. So that is why PEMF is such a hugely studied field. And the reason why it is so popular is because it is more towards the healing of the body, inner healing of the body. Okay. Now, when we get into PEMF, we need to understand why PEMF is needed. So the background is important to understand. Why do we add PEMF to ourselves? Why is it needed? So the first thing is, we have to understand that we all are electrical beings. We all have, packs of batteries. We have so many batteries in us. We eat food. We convert that into electricity, and that is how our batteries get charged, and we continue our daily chores. Okay, so our body has its own magnetic field, as it is made up of nearly 100 trillion cells, all of which are powered by electrical energy and influenced by Earth's magnetic field, right? So please understand, wherever there is electrical field, there is also magnetic field. These are, bound together. Okay. So if you see in the diagram here, the healthy cellular voltage lies between, this is mentioned in power actually here. So this should be volt. So the healthy cellular voltage is 70 to 100 millivolts. Okay, so that is how the healthy cells have, the energy in them. This is the optimum value of the voltage. When the voltage starts going down, so the diminished value becomes 60 millivolts. And when there is some sort of chronic illness in the body, the voltage goes down further. How much? 40 millivolts. But it becomes a big problem when, it goes down below 40, or I should say 20 millivolts. Then that is the point where cancer comes in. Because now body has no means to help itself. All sorts of pathogens, everyone wants to have a party. So that is where the problem starts in, when the voltage becomes nearly 20 millivolts. Okay. Now, delving more into the body organs and what the oxygen flow does and those things, discussing about in relation to PEMF, it is interesting to know that heart is an organ that does not generate cancer. It is the most positively charged organ in the body. right? Because there is always blood flow, it is always working, The cells are like miniature engines powered by the nutrients from the food we eat and oxygen we breathe. The electrons stored in the mitochondria provide the ignition, without which the body's cells begin to die, right? So mitochondria, we know, it's the powerhouse of the body. So electrons are stored in mitochondria, which provide ignition, without which the body cannot survive. Okay? If enough cells die, the organs no longer function properly, and we develop a chronic and life-threatening illness. That is why fuel or the energy is needed by the body to function properly. But what happens when cells lose their energy? Right? So I've added a GIF image here. What happens when cells finally lose their energy? Then blood cells play a very important role in transportation of nutrients and oxygen in the body. This is well-known fact. So while they also absorb toxins or enzymes from the major organs. When cellular voltage goes down, the blood cells start clumping together, thereby reducing their functioning ability. Right? You would have seen some videos about, when the blood cells are totally clotted, they are clumped together, then, they are more viscous. Being a physicist, this word resonates with me. So they move slowly. Okay? So they move slowly. They are drowsy, whatever you want to call it. So they move slowly. So the moment they move slowly, then it is a clear indication that there is a problem with the oxygen flow, problem with nutrients. So these things start increasing more and more, these problems. Now, clumping of blood cells also restricts the flow through our narrow capillaries. And vital organs are also not supplied with sufficient oxygen and nutrients. Waste products begin to accumulate, making our bodies become weaker over time, right? So if the blood is not able to move in, in a proper speed, proper flow, then waste products also are, staying in your body. That is the problem in long run, right? Such weak body becomes a suitable home for various pathogens, which result in the manifestation of disease, right? So that is the role of cells. Where PEMF comes in. So getting into the introduction of PEMF. Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, better known as PEMF, is a safe and natural way to literally recharge the body so it can attain better health, right? So, as I explained, our body consists of cells, right? So, the cells are there. When they are working properly, they have a proper magnetic field polarity. Okay? When they are not working properly, the spin goes off. The spin changes. The battery spin changes. So when the spin changes, the problems start appearing in general. Okay? So what we need to do, forget about anything else. Just start recharging your body. Of course, it is not a one-day job. So we start activating our inner healing. So when the body is capable of healing itself, you know, it has sufficient nutrients to take care of itself, it becomes better and better for us, right? So we start feeling more energized. We have sufficient energy to take care of the health issues. Okay. Now, PEMF targets the body at a cellular level to stimulate cellular metabolism and improve the health. Numerous disorders, diseases, and injuries benefit from PEMF treatments. PEMF is a completely safe and natural form of treatment proven in countless scientific studies to provide astonishing results. Even animals can benefit from PEMF. It is completely safe from any side effects. Okay. So, talking about the side effects, there could be some toxin release from the body, right? Because just now we discussed blood cells start clumping together. So PEMF is going to make the blood more fluid, right? So it would be easier to travel in the body. So when blood moves easily throughout the body, then it also eliminates toxins very easily. So that means if you sleep more in the PEMF field, you could get the toxin removal signals. Maybe you can call it Hertz reaction, but it is an indication that it is working very well for you. It's working for others also who are not noticing this. But the people who notice this, they should understand that it is working very well for you and then continue using it. Okay. So nothing to worry about in that. Okay. Now getting into little bit of physics of PEMF. So as you see on the left hand side, there are few connections I have tried to derive here from the PEMF mat. So because it is a big mat, the Magic Pro is a big mat. You can sleep entirely on this mat. You see there are multiple coils on the mat. So what happens is magnetic field is proportional to the current inputted to the mat. Right? There are several coils. We'll discuss that in details later. And also, magnetic field is inversely proportional to the radius of the. What is the radius? Radius of a single coil here. In the diagram, you can see. Then, the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This is the law which governs the PEMF therapy. And I should say, we are using the inverse Faraday's law, which is basically if you provide current to the coil, then you get magnetic field generated in the perpendicular direction, or I should say along the axis of the coil. Along the axis of the coil, where you can see the magnet going in and out of the coil. So that is what we are doing in PEMF therapy. We provide some sort of signal to the main unit. Here, you can see in the diagram, there is a main unit which is generating current. So this is current which is changing polarity. Then when it passes through the coil, it generates magnetic field. Okay. And where this magnetic field is generated? Along the axis of the coil, which makes it passing through the body straight away, as seen in the diagram. And this is a very powerful modality. The reason it is so powerful is body enjoys the magnetic field. Your bones enjoy the magnetic field a lot. And it is really very powerful. We will understand from the detailed parameters later in the presentation. So even the NASA uses PEMF to treat astronauts after their return to the Earth, right? Because there could be problem with the bone density when you come back from the travel. So Thomas Goodwin, PhD of NASA, published an experimental study in which he investigated the effects of electromagnetic fields on neuronal cells, which are responsible for transmitting electrical signals throughout the body. Our body uses them to move the muscles as they send messages from the brain to the muscles, giving them the instruction to move. These cells can be damaged due to accidents or when a patient undergoes surgery. So NASA conducted a study to find out if it was possible to stimulate the regrowth of neural tissue with electromagnetic field and improve the electrical conductivity between the neuronal cells. They discovered electromagnetic field stimulation provided improved regrowth by an astonishing 250% to 400%. So I am a scientist, so this 250% or 400% is really a huge number. So that is why, you know, it is such worthy to mention here about this particular thing. The study by NASA. Now we get into MiraMate Magic. So MiraMate Magic Pro uses analog PEMF technology to provide you with a more natural PEMF field. Advanced analog PEMF can transform sound into healing energy. This is the beauty of PEMF by MiraMate Group. The Magic Pro, at least it is my favorite modality because I am a sound wave researcher. I have been working with sound wave research for past nearly 3 years now. Okay, 3 years plus, in fact. So I develop my own sound waves and I play them using the Magic Pro. So it is a wonderful research tool for me and I'm always experimenting with it. And in general, you get good amount of sound waves easily available for us, right? So we can straight away play them using the Magic Pro and get the therapeutic field into the body, benefits into the body. Okay. So which the PEMF field which rejuvenates and repair every one of the imbalanced cells, right? So instead of saying repair, I would say charges up the imbalanced cells. So whenever they charge up, they get balanced on their own. So that is what you're doing. Once this natural cellular balance is achieved, our health gets restored once again. So these are few images from the MiraMate group. This is how you can easily use the Magic Pro mat, right? You can use it for meditation, for sleeping, for studying. You can easily use your mobile phones while sleeping on the Magic Pro. But please understand, what I do is usually I keep approximately 20 inches and above the mobile phone. I don't keep it too close to the magnetic field. Okay. Yeah. So now, which all health conditions Magic Pro would be beneficial for you? So these are few conditions I've listed here. Arthritis, joint pain. As I said earlier, Magnetic field is a wonderful modality when it comes to bones. Please understand. Okay. So you can definitely use for any bone issues, any wounds. It will be very helpful. Fibromyalgia, back pain, Parkinson, Alzheimer, stroke patients, migraines. For sleep disorders, this is a beautiful modality. Insomnia, stress, anxiety, phobias, bone regeneration, improving bone density, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, fractures, healing the soft tissues such as muscle, ligaments, and skin. It restores your vitality, health, brings emotional balance. Another very important point I must add here is very powerful for your emotional healing work. Why do I say is play some solfeggio frequencies through the Magic Pro. You will understand this. Okay. This is a very powerful modality. For me, even what I have seen is uh, I always use it for 30 minutes at least. Okay. So literally after 30 minutes, I'm always sleeping. So let me tell you, I'm always working on computer most of the time. So the sleep cycle goes off. You understand that? So the sleep rhythm gets disturbed. But trust me, in literally 30 minutes, I start sleeping. And when I get up, it is like 1.5 hours. I'm sleeping on the PEMF. So there is no upper limit, to be frank with you. There is no upper limit. You don't have to, as I said earlier, it is a no-brainer technology. It's such a beautiful technology by MiraMate, by the Spooky2 group. I'm so grateful. It is very good for nerve pain issues. Okay. Now, getting into the features of Magic Pro. So it is a dual channel PEMF, left channel, right channel, because we are talking about the sound wave. So you have the left and right channels, right, on the sound wave. So that is why it is dual channel. It provides natural healing energy. It is full-sized and foldable mat. It is easy one-button operation. I will show you the demonstration video very shortly. Magic Pro converts any audio signal into PEMF, right? Now, how do you send the audio signal to the PEMF device or to the Magic Pro? Okay, so there are two ways we can do this. Either we can use the Bluetooth functionality or we can use the direct cable functionality. My favorite one is the direct cable. Okay, so I use the cable straight away, but both of these work equally efficiently. There is no problem. Okay, so if we have to compare the Magic Pro PEMF mat with the other PEMF mats, you see Magic Pro clearly takes the lead here. Magic Pro has approximately 1,000 Gauss of magnetic field, right? 1,000 Gauss of magnetic field, wherein the others provide you less than 10 Gauss of magnetic field. Then the frequency range is quite broad. Other PMF mats give you less than 1,000 hertz, but this one gives you entire audible range. So that is very powerful. So you can add multiple harmonics to the magnetic field, to the PEMF mat, because of the huge range, right? So here, because we are delivering the magnetic field, the pulsed magnetic field to your body, you can use sound wave here. Also, because you are using sound wave, you can use any waveform. So if you are into sound wave development, or you can get hold of different sound waves as per your needs. So you can go for any waveform, sinusoidal, square wave. So every waveform has its own capability. That is another, webinar for detailed technical analysis. But every waveform has its pros and cons. So that is why PEMF device here, the Magic Pro, can give you such a large feasibility, flexibility of using it with all waveforms. Now you see the number of coils. So as I discussed, so imagine if you have 96 coils under you. Just imagine 96 coils mean at 96 places the magnetic field is originating under you. Okay, so your back, the spine, is receiving the signal from so many coils. I will not say 96 because all the 96 are not aligned under your spine itself, right? So they are distributed along the full mat. So if someone is fat, someone is broad, the body structure is broad, so they will be getting the benefit of the entire magnetic field. Huge surface area can be covered, and that is why Magic Pro would be so beneficial. Other PEMF mats hardly give you less than 20 coils. Okay, and the top material is PU low hysteresis open cell membrane. So please understand, hysteresis is a property for any material to retain the magnetic field. Okay, so the Magic Pro has a low hysteresis property. That means it does not store the magnetic field. The moment you turn off the device, the magnetic field is gone. So there is no memory of this signal when next time you want to use it. Okay, that is why this is a very important property I wanted to mention here. Okay, now coming to the package contents, what all do you get when you order the PEMF? So you do get an audio cable, right? You do get a power adapter. Let me tell you, it is a very powerful adapter. I think I'll be going to the next slide. It is like 24 volts adapter. Okay, this is a heavy adapter, and because the current has to be divided into 96 coils, you need such a heavy adapter. So that is what is the strength of Magic Pro. It does provide a very strong magnetic field. Then you do get a coil tester. What is a coil tester? It is just a coil and the output is connected to a earphone. Okay. So if you want to check if your Magic Pro is working or not, because the PEMF field is silent. The PEMF field is silent. So you need to hear something, right? You want to know. So coil tester is where you need this device to be confirming your magnetic field. Okay? So you can just take the coil tester over the coil and listen with the earphone. So you will be hearing the music. Okay. Now you get the user manual, you get the PEMF mat. It is foldable into 4 pieces. You can fold it easily, and then you get a main unit. We will see how do we use it, right? And you get a very good storage pack. Okay. Now, in this slide, I have only the third point to mention. Approximately 16 inches of your, of your body thickness, 16 inches magnetic field is generated, right? That is literally enough for most of us. Okay, so 16 inches height from the mat, that is the range in which magnetic field is generated. Now you should ask, Dr. Chopra, how do we confirm? Coil tester. You can use the coil tester to check if the magnetic field is generated just over your belly. Okay, so you can keep the coil tester there and test the magnetic field easily. So another important thing is the sound range, the frequency range. It is quite wide, covering the entire audible range. Okay, now the cable length is 2 meters. So this is the mat cable length. So this is the cable between the main unit and the mat. So that is quite long. 2 meters is good enough to cover the distance. Now it is a 24 volt 10 ampere DC power adapter. I remind you, do not use any other adapter other than this. This is the most important part. This is the heart of the Magic Pro unit. Okay. And then you have a 2-pin aviation connector. This is specific for Magic. Now delving into the connections and operation. Okay. So this is the back side of the Magic Pro unit. Then you have on the very left hand side, you have the power input, followed by the mat port. This is your mat port. Okay. And third one is the audio input socket. Okay. There are only 3 connections. If you are going for the direct cable connection, then you have the 3 connections. If you are not going for the direct cable option, you are going for Bluetooth option, then you need to connect only 2 cables, that is the power input cable and the mat port. Okay. What you need to do is you need to connect the mat to the main unit. So for that, plug the silver head end of the white mat cable into the middle port of the main unit. So this is the second point we are discussing here, the middle point. So the middle port has the mat port, which is the main unit, which connects the main unit and the mat, right? So the only one precaution you have to remember is there is a clear red dot mentioned just above the port here. If you see here, there is a red dot on both the ports, on the power port and on the mat port. These red dots have to match with the cable red dots. So on the cable also you find red dots. So these dots have to be aligned. That means you cannot push inside the inverted cable. It will go inside only in the red dot alignment position. Okay. So this is very important, and make sure that you push in the cable properly. So I'm telling you from my experience also. Okay. So you have to push in the cable properly. It should be a proper connection. Now connecting the power, once you have the mat connection there, you can next plug in the silver head end of the black power cable into the left port of the main unit. Make sure again the red dot on the plug faces upwards and the plug is all the way in. Then plug the other end into a mains power socket, right? So when you purchase your Magic Pro, you get the plug for this cable according to your country specification. Whether it is for 50 hertz or 60 hertz, so the MiraMate team already sends you the necessary one, right? Then you have to turn on the device, press the power button for 2 seconds. Now, where is the power button on the main unit? You see the yellow pointer here, the arrow mark. Just above the Magic Pro unit, you find a circular button. You have to keep it pressed for 2 seconds. The moment you do that, light on the main unit will turn on. Now sending the audio to the main. So as I said, you have two options. Either you connect the direct cable to the device, which is on the right hand side of the unit, smallest circle, that is the 3.5 mm jack, that is the 3.5 mm port. Okay, so you have to plug in the provided cable, audio cable. When you buy the Magic Pro, you do get the audio cable, right? So you can use that cable to make connection with your mobile phone, with your laptop. You can connect the main unit straight away. Okay. Next thing is you can use the Bluetooth also to send the signal. So you see MP1000 is the device name of Magic Pro. MP1000 stands for Magic Pro, right? This is the model. Wherever you see MP1000, it is the MiraMate Magic Pro product. Okay. Now, operation details. So, say you have sent the sound wave to the Magic Pro device. Now you want to confirm if it is there or not. So, as I mentioned earlier, PEMF is silent. Okay, you will not hear anything. Your body will definitely feel it. Let me tell you. So, people who are especially sensitive to energies, I am not very electrosensitive, let me tell you. So, this is another important thing to understand. Some people are not very electrosensitive, maybe due to lot of, they work with too many electronic devices the entire day. So sometimes, it becomes cluttered to find subtle energy signals. Okay, to acknowledge subtle energy signals, I should say like that. So we have coil tester at our rescue. So to test the operation, you can just take, of course, the sound wave is playing through the device. Please remember. Now you can take the coil tester over the mat and then put the another side, which is the earphone, into your ear, and you can start hearing the sound wave. So the sound wave, exactly what you played from the device, would be audible to you through the earphones easily. Okay, that is how you can confirm it is generating, it is working properly. Please do not bend the mat segments. So as I said, there are 4 folds. You can you can fold the mat into 4 parts, but beyond that, do not fold anything. Do not put pressure on the device itself, on the mat itself. There are sensitive coils inside, so you don't want your coils to be spoiled. Okay, this is very important point. Now, remember, as you play the music through the Magic Pro unit, the white area, the white LED area is going to, blink. It is going to flicker with the music played. So you don't have to worry about it. So it is changing with frequency or whatever programming MiraMate has done. So it is always flickering as per the music played. Okay. Now we get on with the demonstration. The red dot has to face each other, right? The next connection is the mat connection. See, it's a constant light because the sound wave is not playing right now. So easily, when you are done with your Magic Pro session, you can simply turn it off from the main unit. This is how you test the Magic Pro. Okay, that's all. That's so simple to use. Now let me go to the next slide. Talking about the 4 special healing music tracks, right? So the simplest way to get started is, you also get a mini audio player, mindful audio player with your Magic audio player. It is very simple to play, right? So mini audio player, the mindful audio player, you can use straight away with the direct cable. The audio cable MiraMate provides you. You can directly connect the mindful audio player to the device straight away, or you can use the Bluetooth functionality and you can send the signal from the Frequency Heals app. So there is a beautiful app MiraMate provides you. They have a comprehensive sets of sound waves for you, and you can easily send any music to the device through the Frequency Heals app, right? So once you once registered, you have a free trial period. I think Zara can mention in the chat box about the free duration. How much is the duration for the clients, right? So if they want to use the app free for some time, what is the duration? It is 1 year or 2 years. So maybe Zara can mention on the chat box. Now, the mindful audio player does not need any internet connection. But when you are using the Frequency Heals app, you need the internet connection. and you need to be paired using the Bluetooth. So talking about the four music, the tracks available. So when you buy the Magic Pro, you do get the Mindful Audio Player, which has a memory card, which has the four tracks available for you. So what are these four tracks? The first one is called the General Healing and Pain Relief. The technology behind this audio was developed by Dr. Martin, a pioneer who developed non-invasive neuromodulation devices to heal several diseases. This audio reduces acute chronic pains and accelerates tissue repair. Mind you, when I had viral fever, even I have given my testimonial. So I had viral fever, and it was like, you know how many days viral fever takes, and it breaks down your body. You get a lot of pains. So I had viral fever. I simply slept on the Magic Pro with the track number 1. I felt my pains were down at least 50%. So it was such a victory. It was such a good testing at that point. So if you want instant relief, pain relief, so PEMF is wonderful modality for that. Everybody is different, okay, and the times could vary a lot. Depends uh, how much fat you have, right? So how much tissue density you have. So it depends how much magnetic field is penetrating to your body, right? So that is how that much time it will take to heal you, for you to start feeling the benefits. Okay. Now track number 2 is deep sleep track. This is meant for people who have sleep disorders, insomnia. So it runs for 30 minutes. There is no maximum limit. Third one is angelic touch. This contains 21 of the most commonly used healing frequencies, and this is recommended for general health improvement. The last one is spiritual mantra. It was created by a monk. Listening to it will improve your spiritual awareness. So you see beautifully the tracks have been divided into physical category, which is the general healing and pain relief, and deep sleep. This is at emotional level, right? Then you have the spiritual level, which is angelic touch and the spiritual mantra. So these get into the spiritual domain. So this pretty much covers the general frequency tracks, which as a new user you would be appreciating a lot. Then I'm just showing a small demo of how to run the music tracks through the Magic Book. It is a demonstration for the same. P1000, yeah. This is very important. If you want to loop, there is the option of looping here. See the loop button. That's all we have in this one. So it's very simple to play the music through the Magic Pro. Okay. So the only important thing I would like to stress here is the mindful audio player. You can loop a single file or you can loop all the programs. So if you want to run 4 audio waves, wave number 1, 2, 3, 4, you can as well select the loop all option in the mindful audio player and it will loop all the 4 programs. So it is like, the sequence repeating, similar to the Spooky2. So simply you can sit or lie on the mat to receive the treatment. The mat can cover a very wide and high space. You can use the coil tester to test the PEMF signal. Absolutely fine. Covering the mat with a sheet will not affect the effectiveness of magic. So please note that I have always a bed sheet on my Magic Pro mat. So it's completely fine. It does not attenuate your magnetic field. Please be watchful. Do not put any metal or any metallic substance on the Magic Pro mat at all. It will interfere with your magnetic field. Anything which is non-magnetic is fine. Okay, but not very thick. Recommended usage duration is at least 30 minutes a day. There is no maximum duration and the frequencies are gentle and will not cause symptoms of overdose or fatigue. This is something very important I need to mention here. You will never feel fatigue by Magic Pro. The reason because it is activating your mitochondria. It is working from within, without, it's coming up from inside. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you all. And these are few questions I have gathered for you. What does Magic Pro do? Magic Pro is basically converting any audio signal to magnetic fields for you, which rejuvenates and repairs every one of your imbalanced cells. Any specific dressing recommendation while using Magic Pro? Regular clothing does not present any barrier to the magnetic field penetration. Okay? What is the recommended duration of usage? At least 30 minutes per day. There is no overdosing or fatigue with this. Any specific recommendations for the audio to be played using Magic Pro? You can download the Frequency Heals app. Please note that you can even use Frequency Heals app with headphones and you can, get the sound wave benefit. But if you are going for more powerful treatment, go for the Magic Pro because this is literally a no-brainer. You need not listen to the audio to get the benefit. Okay. What are the contraindications for Magic Pro? Are there any side effects? Magic Pro uses safe and natural analog PEMF, which has no side effects. However, do not use Magic Pro if you are pregnant or have a non-MRI safe IUDs or other medical or electrical devices in your body. Drink plenty of pure water before and after the exposure to PEMF fields. Please, as I said, when you sleep in the magnetic fields, toxins would be easily passing out from the body. So in order to help your body, please be hydrated while you are sleeping in the PEMF field, right? These are the important links you can see, get the benefit from reading and placing your order of MiraMate Magic Pro. And these are the links. You can catch me here. I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and I also offer one-on-one trainings on all of the Spooky2 devices, Generator X, XM Generator, Scalar, Plasma devices, Magic Pro, and any other. Okay, so you can reach me. I offer paid one-on-one consultation and training. Right. So let me stop sharing this one and let me see your questions. How long does it take to recharge a cancer cell? I think you are indicating anonymous is indicating cancer cell. So please understand it depends on the voltage. Okay. So as I discussed earlier, the lower the voltage, the more time it will take to charge the cancer cell, right? Also, it depends on the density of the cancer cells. How many cancer cells are there? So it is not easy to answer this question, but yes, start using it and you will see the benefit soon. Zara, I've answered this. I think you can delete this question. Yeah. Muthu has asked, can whole family be treated at one go or must treat individually? No, Muthu, this is the mat, right? So if you 4 people are sitting on the mat, I would not suggest so many people sitting, but that's okay. So that is the way you can get treatment. But if you are sleeping, then only one person can get the benefit at a single point of time. Yeah, but another thing is that's a good question, Muthu. What you can do is maybe you can also imprint. This is something advanced knowledge about PEMF, so you can imprint frequencies into any water, any substance through the PEMF mat, right? Chris has asked, what about people who suffer with insomnia? What case study shows that it works to help them overcome overthinking and actually sleep? Is it okay and safe to sleep on it every night? Beautiful question, Chris. Thank you for asking this. Yes, it is completely safe. But yeah, I'll send you some case studies. Maybe I haven't done the deep study on it. It is as per my experience, and my parents have also used it, and they feel a lot better when using the PMF field. Their sleep cycles have improved, Chris. So that's a good review I'm giving. Search Google Scholar, or you can search the National Library of Medicine for the same. You will get some case studies, definitely. You will get some research studies. Okay. It is definitely positive about insomnia. D has asked, thank you, Chris. Thank you. So D has asked, can the PMF mat be used in the same room as the scalar and at the same time? Absolutely, there is no problem, D. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that. No problem. You can use it easily. Because you are sleeping in on the PMF mat, right? And you are having scalar away from the PMF mat. So in between, you have the PMF field, plus you have the scalar. How does Magic Pro preserve Reiki energy embedded in music? The energy has to be carried despite conversion and modulation. Please explain. So please understand there is no modulation going on here. Okay. Ying, there is no modulation going on here. It is a direct sound wave which is getting converted to the magnetic field, right? I should say that Reiki energy would be amplified if added with the PEMF field. That is all I can say, because I have even practiced Reiki during the PEMF sessions, It is really powerful and it becomes more loving energy. That is one word I can mention here. Thank you for this question. Okay. Do the soundtracks cycle through 1, 2, 3, 4, or does a single track keep repeating? So that's a good question. If you see, there is option of selecting the single track and you can loop it. Okay. So you can loop a single track or the entire cycle. Otherwise, the single will keep repeating. Okay. Uh, Sharfunissa has asked, what is the difference between scalar and PEMF frequencies? Which one is better? Frequencies are the same. There is no change whether you use through scalar or PEMF. It is just the technology difference, right? PEMF is a magnetic field, scalar is a scalar field. So Barbara has asked, okay to use with titanium rod in left leg. Yeah, it's fine. You can use it, Barbara. You can use it with the titanium leg in left leg. That's perfectly fine. Ying has asked, what happens with ultrasound and infrasonic frequencies? Ying, please see the frequency range, 20 hertz to 21,000, right? So whatever lies within, so of course ultrasonic does not get transmitted here, and infrasonics also don't get transmitted. Okay, so you are getting only 20 hertz to 21,000. Thank you for the question. Melinda has asked, can you use grounding sheets on bed under it? Grounding sheets, you can use. Shouldn't be a problem. You can use. Okay? You can use the grounding sheets, Melinda. Thank you. Okay, so all the questions done, and let me see if I have missed out any question. Thank you, D. Thank you. You like the presentation. Thank you so much. Dental implants, perfectly fine, Tamara. You can use it with dental implants. No problem. For the titanium implants, for the titanium rod, I think it would be better if you can feel the effects of it. Okay, if you're feeling some sort of pain, then you can discontinue it after some time, right? So I don't want the magnetic field to get disturbed if you have the titanium implant. So just check it once. Yeah, Zara, thank you for sharing, and I'm also sharing some details here so that everybody can get access to just 1 minute. Yeah. So these are the details I've shared here. These are the details I've shared here about my YouTube channel, about the Instagram. So about the phone, I meant away from the magnetic field. Okay. You can keep your phones, but make sure the magnetic field is dead. No, keep it above 20 inches nearly, around 20 inches. So that way it would be good. Yeah. Thank you everyone for attending this webinar. I hope you are learned something good. That's wonderful. And you know, I should also tell you that PEMF also corrects the polarity of your body. I think one of the person has mentioned here, Mr. Matt, maybe. So PMF also is wonderful in correcting your polarity. So it's a wonderful addition to the scalar in general, right? Both are good together. Anything else? Yeah, that's good. So I hope you all understood something and enjoyed the presentation. And stay in touch. If you have any questions, you can drop me an email too. If you want any one-on-one training, I do offer paid one-on-one training. You can reach out on my email ID. Put the springs in the matrix being metal. So the use of PMF mat. Yes. So heat, make sure that your matrix does not have metallic springs. I would not suggest. I would not like to make it complicated. Okay? So yes, avoid metallic springs. Debbie, thank you for appreciating. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Thanks for attending. It's really valuable. Means a lot. So I'm closing my presentation now. Please keep any metallic things away from the magnetic field. Right? Keep it away when you are sleeping on the magic. Okay. Bye and take care, everyone. Bye bye.